They say uneasy lies ahead that we are still crowned. Perhaps that may describe the situation Mr. Adams Oshiomhole, the APC national chairman, is confronted with. Recently, there have been calls by some groups within the All Progressives Congress in Abuja for the removal of Mr. Adams Oshiomhole as the party's national chairman. But that does not seem to be a unanimous position, as some members of the party under the umbrella of APC Unity Group are calling on others to allow peace to reign. The spokesperson of the group, Mr. Oshiomhole, says the party is doing well under Mr. Oshiomhole's chairmanship. Well, let's get talking. On what exactly is happening in the APC. Today, we want Oshiomhole out. Oshiomhole must be sacked. Tomorrow, we are hearing that Oshiomhole must stay. What exactly is happening within the rank and file of the APC? Tonight, I have joining me one of the APC chieftains and one of those who belong to the Unity Group that you saw right there on your screen, Mrs. Oluwatoyin Badmus, Iyaloja of Abuja, and an APC chieftain. Thank you so much for coming tonight on the program. She joins us from Abuja studio, and from Benin City is Mr. Adaoze Mwanta. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. Let me begin with you. You are one of those who believe, Mr. Mwanta, that Mr. Oshiomhole must go. This is a man that was elected as a party chairman. Why?
Yeah, good evening, Shaun, and good evening to our viewers at home. Adams Oshiomhole, as national chairman of the APC, has been suspended as a member of the party in Edo State. And it is on the basis of that, there have been calls for him to step aside as national chairman. And when you look at recent losses of the party, especially with the loss of Bayelsa to PDP, having lost the election at the polls, the PDP won through the Supreme Court. And of course, it became very apparent from that judgment that it was because of the intransigence of the national chairman, because they knew that this particular candidate was not qualified. They allowed his name to be submitted to INEC, and we find ourselves in the same situation that played out earlier in Zamfara. The party lost, that state to PDP through a verdict of the Supreme Court. The party lost Rivers. The party had previously lost Bauchi, Oyo. Just name it. Even Sokoto previously was an APC-controlled state. Because of the crisis created by Adams Oshiomhole, that state was lost to the PDP, not just Sokoto, Benue. So having lost this number of states, it is natural for the national leadership to have a rejig. So at the moment, the national chairman of the party should step aside. His recent inciting statement that created violence in the state where that verdict was given in Zamfara is really unbecoming of the national chairman. And I think it is the interest of democracy that Adams Oshiomhole should step aside.
Mr. Mwanta, are you re-echoing what is being the position of some governors who are said reportedly to have been working quietly to remove Mr. Oshiomhole?
I think the handwriting is clearly written on the wall. It's not a question of the governors. It is a majority of the party members that have said this man cannot continue because the party has to go back on his winning ways. How many states will the party lose before they remove a man who is obviously responsible for the dwindling functions of the party? APC came into power with the promise to Nigerians of change. And what we are finding, we now have a situation where the Supreme Court is being maligned. The residence of the Supreme Court judge was attacked under the promptings of the national chairman of the APC. I mean, this is the height of desperation. And
but is it coming, for example, Mr. Mwanta, is it probably coming as an agitation stemming from the Edo APC crisis that we're seeing majorly between Mr. Oshiomhole and the governor, Godwin Obaseki?
It is not centered on Edo because Edo is just an isolated state. We also have Ondo. So the future of the party lies on this decision of the national chairman must go so that we can have sanity back. Already, he has created two factions in the states. And if we continue like this, the party may lose Edo State. And no sitting president will allow that. So we are calling on the president to rein in his authority in asking Adams Oshiomhole to step aside as the national chairman.
Mr. Mwanta, let's hear, because you look like one of those who are saying that Oshiomhole must go, but there are other people who do not believe in what you are saying, such as Mrs. Badmus. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Do you agree with what Mr. Mwanta is saying from Benin, that the reasons he has given for Mr. Oshiomhole to step aside?
I don't agree with him. First of all, APC does not belong to governors. APC belongs to the grassroots, to the voters. We are the people that vote. How many governors do we have in Nigeria? I think we have about 36 governors. We, the people that vote, we say we are with Oshiomhole. Before Oshiomhole came, we knew how the party was. We knew how we could not win. We knew how some people, with the propaganda and everything, we knew how the executive and the legislative, they could not work together. By the time Oshiomhole came, everything was okay. You cannot blame everything that is happening in this party on Oshiomhole. In the case of Zamfara, it was a case of two elephants that were fighting, and the grass suffered. So are you going to blame Oshiomhole for what happened between Governor Yari and the other, and I think it was Marafa, for the problem that happened between the two of them? You cannot be blaming Oshiomhole for what is happening there. We are saying we want Oshiomhole to see. In any party, there will be internal wranglings, there will be quarrel. But what we are saying, we are begging them. We are the women in this party. We are the mothers. We are saying whatever it is that they think Oshiomhole has done, it's a family affair. It's something that can be sorted out between them. If any, within the party, if anybody is interested in Oshiomhole's seat, the person should wait till convention time. When it is time for convention, then there will be an election. Then, when there's an election, if the person, if they want you, so, if they voted for you, then fine.
Mrs. Badmus, we want to go for a break, but in 10 seconds, are you saying that the governors of the APC are behind the call for ouster of Mr. Oshiomhole?
I didn't say so. What I'm saying is, my colleague there was saying that the governors, that they are not happy. And I'm saying that we are the voters. You see, I keep telling people, we are the people that are voting. If we are the voters, don't we have a say in what happens? If we, the masses, are the people that vote, we are the ones that will come out and vote. So don't we have a say who governor? Don't we have a say? I'm a chieftain of this party. Don't we have a say on who our chairman is?
All right.
A few people cannot just say,
Mrs. Badmus, apologies, Mrs. Badmus. Not every day we'll have women on the program. We're glad to have you on the program, and it's interesting your thoughts tonight on the program, but we'll take a break. But when we come back, we'll look deeper into the reasons why they're asking for Oshiomhole to go, and also why some others are saying, no, we want Oshiomhole to stay. Mr. Adaze Mwanta is on Skype with us from Benin City, and Mrs. Oluwatoyin Badmus, the Yaloja of Abuja and a chieftain of the APC. She's been talking to us from our Abuja studio. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. Before I go back to Abuja studio, let me ask Mr. Mwanta. You heard what Mrs. Badmus said. She said you cannot blame Oshiomhole for some of the woes of the party. For example, in Zamfara State. Some people will perhaps say maybe you are emotional about this matter because as it concerns you, your own area, as it concerns the crisis between Mr. Obaseki and Mr. Oshiomhole, maybe not that the crisis is a nationwide issue. Is it?
And I think it's wrong for anybody to think that Oshiomhole was not responsible for the crisis in Zamfara. We have that same situation replicated in virtually all those states that the APC lost. Namely, in Bauchi, we had that problem. We had that problem in Adamawa. We had that problem in all those states. And that's the same thing he has done in Edo State. We now have two factional chairmen. We do have a substantive chairman, but Oshiomhole now decided to appoint a colonel as a factional chairman under a group called EPM. They do have meetings. They create crisis in the states. So anybody saying that Oshiomhole is not responsible for the loss of Zamfara is being economical with the truth. And they talk about party's discipline. If the party is disciplined, will you have a defective candidate? Food for thought. Because that man that had about the number of qualifications with different names and the national chairman could not spot it, I mean, it calls for serious soul searching. And that's why the party must allow Oshiomhole to go. Because the man has created more harm for the party than good. The party so far has lost over 7
if
states.
you are, Mr. Mwanta, if you are blaming Mr. Oshiomhole for some of the failures of the party, what about some of the successes of the party? Who takes credit?
But obviously, when you talk of success and failure, when the failures are more than the success, I think there's need to reevaluate. And in reevaluation, there must be change in leadership. If the man has been suspended by the state where he comes from, it shows he has lost confidence. Even the national vice chairman noticed, said he could not preside again. Virtually all the members of the National Working Committee are asking that he should step aside. The governors of the party are saying he should step aside. If majority voices are saying step aside, I think the natural thing is for the man to resign.
So, Mr. Mwanta, is this also related to the politics of 2023? Yes, that's one of the issues raised by the Unity group.
You cannot take that away because the party wants to get back on its winning ways. And with Oshiomhole help making the party to lose 7 states, that is very critical. Because if the national leadership of the party under Oshiomhole remains, it therefore means that in 2023, the party may lose the presidency. And that's not the wish of any loyal party member. And that's why if Oshiomhole leaves now, you will see the changes that will take place.
All right, let's go back to Abuja studio with Mrs. Badmus. You heard what Mr. Mwanta said. So several issues that is raised. That look, there are more failures for the APC under Adams Oshiomhole than the successes. Do you agree?
I disagree. I disagree with him totally. See, every party has its problem. If there's problem with a party, you resolved it. Look, lately some people will say, oh, we have insecurity problem. We want our president to resign. So does that mean our president is going to resign? So just because you wish, it's wishful thinking. Just because you wish for Oshiomhole to resign, that does not mean Oshiomhole is going to resign. A few people can just gather themselves together and think their wish, will supersede the wish of the majority. The majority are with Oshiomhole, and we are saying we want Oshiomhole. Look, apart from being an APC chieftain, I am inside the market. I am Iyaloja, and I know what we are enjoying under this government. And look, my brother there is talking about 2023. I don't know how some politicians reason. Are we not even supposed to enjoy the dividend of democracy between now, before 2023, and you're already talking about all they think about is election? Is the people that voted for you, are they not going to enjoy the dividend of democracy? You are already cracking your brain how you are going to do in 2023. If something is not broken, why are you trying to fix it? That is my own. I'm for the grassroots, I'm for the majority, and we are the people that vote. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
Mrs.
So
Badman,
if the voters, if they have not even finished, if they have not finished enjoying the dividend of democracy, so how can you now be saying that there are so many things that this government has?
The Reconciliation Committee. The Reconciliation Committees headed by Chief Bisi Akonde, the Reconciliation Committee headed by Chief Bisi Akonde, do you believe that can solve the problem of the party? Because that is the second, they've reconstituted that committee. Now we have Chief Bisi Akonde to head that committee. Do you believe that that can resolve the issues in the party?
Yes, I believe, because I know some of the members. I believe, and you see, these are committed members of the party. And like I keep saying, please let me repeat it again. We voted for APC government in this past 2019. They should please allow us to enjoy the dividend of democracy. People should shift their sword. If there is problem, they should go, they are brothers. They should go and solve their problem. This is family affair. They should go and solve their problem. But we, the voters, we in Nigeria, they should allow us the things that government has for us. A lot of people don't even know. You see, they are busy talking about how they are going to remove Oshiomhole. There are so many things so many good things that is happening in this government that nobody knows about. Only 3 days ago, please allow me to digress a bit. Only 3 or 4 days ago, I went to the Directorate of Employment, and I went there to go and ask for, empowerment for my people in the markets in Abuja here. And I got there, and I was surprised. Within 1 hour, the man, the DG, if he's hearing me, the DG, the man surprised me. And the man said, Madam, we are going to empower you people with 1,500 for your people. These are the kind of things I want our people to be talking about.
All right. We need to close the program now. And let me just say this. We need to close the program. Mrs. Badmus, in 10 seconds, what is the way out? Mrs. Badmus, in 10 seconds, what do you think is the way out?
The way out is, please, we have already constituted the Peace Committee. They should please give peace a chance. I'm begging on behalf of Adams Oshiomhole. I'm begging on behalf of Bababua. They should allow peace to reign. They should allow people to enjoy the dividend of democracy.
All right. Mr. Mwanta, your final thoughts on the program. What is the way out? 10 seconds, please.
I think the way out is simple. Adams Oshiomhole.
Wow. Indeed, technology could fix out how that. Thank you so much, Mr. Mwanta, for your thought there. And the Yalojo of Abuja, Mrs. Oluwatoyin Badmus, and an APC chieftain. Thank you so much for your thought and coming on the program tonight. Well, that's our show for tonight, everyone. Many thanks for watching. Who is happy that it's Friday? Thank God it's Friday. I'm Sean Kimale, everyone. Bye for now.